The evening was approaching, and to most trout fishers, this is the best time of the day. The insects started to hatch, and the fish began rising.
On our time on the water, we have found that there are a number of golden stoneflies flying through the air. So a great fly we're going to use is a big stimulator. Now, no matter what fly we use as a dry fly, we have to maintain a perfect dead drift. So to look at the currents in the water, we're going to monitor them for speed. Now, if we find ourselves with multiple currents, we need to manage those by mending our line and using possibly aerial mends as well. If you can watch here, you can watch the bubbles on the water, and you're going to see that this dry fly is going to match the exact speed of those bubbles. A big stonefly or hopper, when it hits the water, will kick and move just slightly. So as a proof of life for some fish, they need to see this thing move just a little bit. That may be the difference between catching a monster fish or the only fish of a day.
Well, good fish too, good fish.
Nice.
Good fish. Yeah, on a rusty spinner. He come right up and right out of the water and took that. Nice rainbow.
Excellent.
Very good, very good.
Beautiful.
I'll let you handle it there. He come right up from the bottom and out of the water to take that. Now that's the typical size fish you're going to get in these small streams. Not many of them get very large. There are some lunkers, but most of them are this size here, 10, 12 inches, and they're a lot of fun on a lightweight rod. Now I got a 4-weight here and using light tippet and dry flies, having a great time. Watch as Rob teaches us 3 useful casts for controlling a dry fly.
Not every location on the river is going to give you a perfect shot at an upstream cast. Down here we have an overhanging tree that's very difficult to cast upstream to. There's far too much going on. So what we're going to do is cast from an upstream position downstream with a dry fly. How we're going to achieve this is to plant our dry fly in the water and the line we want, and then feed line out to it just like this. As you can see, it's a drag-free drift. The fly is going directly downstream, and we still have great line control. We're not adding too much slack in at one time. We're managing the line very carefully, because if a fish does take, you don't have to pull up 20 feet of line to get a set. In very tight quarters, a great cast to use, and a really fun one, is the bow and arrow cast. In this scenario here, we have overhanging branches and very tight quarters, and very little room to back casts. So utilizing this bow and arrow cast is the perfect cast for the job. We're going to bring the rod straight towards your target, point it at the target, bring the line up over your head, release, and watch a fly go right to where it's supposed to be. When looking to present our dry fly, sometimes an underpowered cast is the way to go. So in this example, I'll show you here, we're going to cast out, it's going to allow the fly to land on the water downstream and present a beautiful downstream presentation of our dry fly. Well, it's been a very, very tough day. Blue sky, bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky, very tough fishing conditions. We couldn't move fish really on nymphs, wet flies, you name it, we tried it. Lots of streamers, big and small. At the very end of the day, walking downriver, see a few splashes around this big, big log jam just down here. And well, the thought becomes, it's eating big, so let's go big. It's acting big, so let's go big. So threw on a big, big stimulator, about 1.5 inches long, plopped on the surface, 6 casts later, woo, right off the top. Absolutely fantastic rainbow. Absolute beauty resident rainbow up here in southern Ontario. You don't find too many this size, maybe a few bigger, many smaller, but that's an absolute stunner of a fish.